Hey everyone, welcome back to As Told by Nia. If you're new here, welcome. I am Nia and I am pretty new to YouTube. I'll be doing bookish content, Disney cruise, lifestyle, everything in between. So welcome, I am happy to have you here. Today we will be doing a bookish this or that. All right, the first question is read at night or read during the day. So I definitely prefer to read at night. There's just something about like getting off of work, doing your evening routine, taking a shower, getting into bed and cozying up with your book, maybe a sweet treat or tea or something like that, and then cracking open your book and reading. I absolutely love it. It's just like peak coziness. So that is my preference. All right, the next question is reading with background noise or in silence. I am somebody who I can't read with a lot of background noise, so I would prefer for it to be silent. Usually what I do is like I'll have the TV on, but I'll have the volume pretty low, or I might put on like some lo-fi or something just very, very low, so that there's something going there and it's not completely silent. But yeah, if like the TV's up or like a movie's playing or something, I just absolutely cannot focus. So near silent is the way I would go. Next question is tea or coffee? I am a big coffee drinker. I might have a video about that coming up soon. But yeah, again, I don't really read much during the day, so I'm not drinking coffee at night. But if I had to choose, it would 100% be coffee. Coffee, I don't even really drink it for the caffeine. I more so drink it out of like comfort. It's very comforting to me. So pairing that with a book is just chef's kiss. All right, next is Bookmark or Dogear. I am somebody who just simply cannot mess up a book in any kind of way. So Bookmark would be the way to go for me, especially because there's a lot of cute ones out there. Like if I read physical books, my Bookmark collection would probably be out of this world. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't like to annotate, like I will on my Kindle, just because I'm not really messing anything up. But if I were to do physical books, like I could not imagine taking a highlighter, a pencil, a pen, whatever, into my book and ruining the pages. I don't know what it is, but having a book is like a trophy to me in a sense. So I just personally wouldn't want to mark it up. All right, next question is one book at a time or multiple? So I have to say multiple because I usually do have like a Kindle book going and then an audio book going at the same time, but you'll never find me reading multiple books on my Kindle at a time or listening to multiple audiobooks at a time. I have a very one-track mind. I think the only reason I can do like a Kindle book and then an audiobook is because my Kindle, like I'm strictly reading in my bed. And then audio, I'm usually listening to it in the car while I cook, take a shower, or doing whatever chores. So I'm able to separate them that way. But if I were to read multiple books on my Kindle, like I just simply don't know how I would balance it and how I would keep things straight. But kudos to everyone who is able to do that. I find it very impressive. I really do. All right, the next one is book first or movie first. So I think it would be a crime to say movie first, honestly, as a book lover. The book is the blueprint. So I will always, or I should say almost always, read the book first. There have been instances where I did not know that like a TV show or a movie was based off of a book. So in that case, movie would be first, but I'm a strong advocate for reading the book first before seeing the movie, especially because with movies, they're using the book as a base, but they take so many creative liberties with it that it takes away from like the actual story and how things went. And that, I don't know, it kind of annoys me. An example of one that I strongly disliked was The Perfect Find by Tia Williams. I absolutely loved the book. Like I loved it, loved it, loved it. I was so excited when it was announced that it would be coming out on Netflix as a movie. And then I remember watching it. I was actually moving into this apartment. I watched it the night I moved in here and I was so disappointed. There were so many things that were different from the book that it was just, it was just beyond annoying. I was not impressed with it at all. So overall, I think you have to read the book first because that's truly the blueprint. All right, the next two questions come from my friend Journey. She's actually here on BookTube. She's also over on Instagram, so I will link her pages below so that you can go check her out. The first question is never read again or only read nonfiction, which, Journey, how could you? I am not the biggest nonfiction fan. I actually talked about this in my last video, the BookTube newbie tag, which I will also link below. But yeah, I just don't really love nonfiction. Like, I just don't have the attention span for it. It doesn't excite me. So if I had to choose, it would be to only read nonfiction. I don't think I could live with never reading again. And I do occasionally like to read memoirs, or if there's any kind of like self-help book that actually seems interesting to me, you know, I'd probably want to read that. So that would be my choice, but I don't know, seems kind of depressing. And then the next question from Journey is Kindle or physical? And I feel like I already touched on this a little bit. I definitely prefer my Kindle. It is so convenient. I love being able to pick out cute cases for it. I probably have way more than necessary, but they're super fun to change in and out. And it's so versatile. You can take it anywhere. And I feel like it's a lot easier to cozy up in the bed with it than with a physical book. And then you're not dealing with like a clip-on light or anything like that. So Kindle is definitely the way to go for me. All right, and my next question is from Lise on Instagram. She is Lise on Books. I'll also tag her information so that you can go check her page out. And her question is Prologue or Epilogue? So, you know, I think prologues are good to like really set up the story and set the scene and all of that, but I love me a good epilogue. A perfect example of this is with Score by Kennedy Ryan, which is not out just yet. It comes out in May. But I just finished the arc, and not only did she have one epilogue, she had two. We got to hear from both main characters over a span of like 4 years, I think it was, and it wrapped the story up so nicely. It was just such a good ending to it. Like, I feel satisfied. A lot of times when books just end without any kind of epilogue or anything, I don't really feel satisfied. I feel like I have a lot of questions, like, okay, well, what happened next? But Kennedy Ryan did it perfectly in Score, and I'm so excited for everyone to read it. So the next question is cozy socks or cozy blanket? I choose a blanket every time, every single time. I'm not really one who enjoys wearing socks, so cozy blanket it is. You can cuddle up with it, be nice and warm. And it's just the perfect cozy accessory to reading. All right, the next question is standalone or series. And I'm going to choose series every time. I love a good standalone. If it's written very well, you know, whatever. However, going back to my explanation of why I choose an epilogue over a prologue, I love to know what happens next. A person who does this really well, who I have mentioned multiple times in this video already, I think, is Kennedy Ryan. She did this very well with the Skyland series, and she's doing it again with the Harlem Renaissance series and Score. We do get to see Canon and Neva again, and it just, I don't know, it just warms my heart, like being able to see them from another perspective. Another example is The Hunger Games. We got Sunrise on the Reaping last year, which I believe I ranked as my top read for 2025. It was so good. But even though it went like back in time in terms of order release, it was so good, and it was so good to hear Haymitch's story. I'm so excited to go to the movies to see it. I don't normally go to the movies because I don't have the attention span for it, but I will be there for Sunrise on the Reaping. And my last example is the Bromance Book Club series, which I was not on Bookstagram when those were like popular, but I do know another one is coming out, and I'm so excited for it. I loved that series. It was so funny. Like, I was literally laughing out loud reading those books. It was just so nice to see like all of the different characters in each book and kind of seeing what they were up to and whatnot. So I truly love a good series. And the next question is buy or borrow. I will say borrow because I love, love, love using Libby, getting my Kindle books on there, getting audiobooks on there. And then if I really love a book, I will go ahead and buy it, but I like to try before I buy. I have bought books before that like I just did not love, and then I felt like it was a waste of money. So borrowing books is the way to go for me. All right, so this next question is about tropes. So it's enemies to lovers or friends to lovers. And I have to choose enemies to lovers because I feel like with friends to lovers, there's not as much like friction. There's not as much to work through. I mean, yeah, there's like emotions or whatever, but I don't know. Enemies to lovers, I just feel like there's so much more to work through, and like they probably already love each other, but just have a hard time admitting it. So I don't know, like it's just a lot more interesting to me because I think there's more to work through with it. And there's just more angst. And I love a good angsty romance. Next question is one point of view or multiple? And I have to say multiple. As someone who primarily reads romance, I just think it is a lot better when you're able to get both sides of the story with the main characters. When it's only one point of view, like you're only getting one side of the story. So you don't really know how the other person feels, like unless the author is super descriptive and like makes it known. But most of the time you're not able to get into the other person's head and really understand what they're thinking or feeling. So having multiple points of view, I think makes the story a bit more interesting in terms of like developing the relationship or whatever. I also think it just spices up the story. Sometimes when it's just one point of view, this story can maybe get a little bit monotonous. So having multiple points of view, but like no more than two. I can't do more than two because then it gets a little confusing. But having 2 points of view, especially in a romance, I think makes the story a lot more intriguing. Next is long chapters or short chapters. Give me the short chapters. I can't stand long chapters. I really could not. They take forever. It makes the book feel monotonous. And with short chapters, I feel a lot more productive. Like I feel like I can get through more throughout the day because they're just nice and divided up. But with long chapters, I don't know. They're just long and I feel like I don't have the time for that. A recent example with long chapters for me is The Reformatory. I just felt like the chapters were unnecessarily long. There was a lot of extras in there that I just don't think contributed to the story. I felt like it could have been a lot shorter. So it took me a while to get through the book. I actually switched from reading it on my Kindle to getting the audio because it just was taking me forever. Like it just felt so monotonous. I just couldn't do it. Overall, I enjoyed it, but the long chapters were not my friend. All right, second to last question is cozy read or emotional damage? Give me all of the emotional damage. I always say when I read something, I want to feel something. I want to feel all of the emotions. I just feel like, I don't know, we have reads that are like light and fluffy, whatever, but if I'm reading a more serious book, like I want the emotions to hit me. I just do. You know, we go into these books and we're entering these worlds and we're visualizing everything. Like I want to be able to empathize with the characters. I just feel like it makes for a more fruitful reading experience. I still have yet to read a book that actually makes me cry. I have teared up with some books, but nothing has actually pushed me to the point of crying yet. So still looking for one. If you have recommendations, let me know. And we have made it to the end. The last question is DNF, which means did not finish, or power through. I'm picking DNF all day. If I do not like a book, I am quitting it. Like there are so many books to read. There's so little time that why would you spend that time reading a book that you don't enjoy? Now, I can't say that I've always been this way. I did, for the longest time, just power through books and, you know, get through them. I just don't like quitting. So it did take me a while to get to that point, but once I started just quitting books, it changed my life. It has saved me so much time. Now, I will say, I do power through sometimes when it comes to advanced reader copies. if I get an arc and like I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't absolutely love it, I will power through just to get that NetGalley score up. But other than that, I will just close the book and be done with it instead of being ultra bored. All right, thank you guys for joining me for this Bookish This or That. I had a really good time discussing these questions. If you are a bookish person and want to steal these questions, please feel free, tag me in the comments so I can come check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe so that you can be notified when other bookish content comes out. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next time.